everyone, Ron Hittner here, and welcome to Capital Community Media's coverage of the Capital City Classic. We have a fantastic championship game tonight. Tualatin taking on Oregon City. I'm joined tonight by Bailey Hittner, and Bailey, we have two teams who are on a roll in this tournament.
Yeah, we sure do. Tualatin has defeated three quality opponents so far with wins over Churchill and Sprague and West Lynn. And Oregon City has gone 3-0 with wins over West Albany, West Christian, and nationally ranked Northern Nash. Both teams come in with just one loss in the season overall.
Should be a fun game tonight with two Three Rivers rivals. So we have in these final four teams, the only team that wasn't part of the Three Rivers League was Northern Nash out of North Carolina, who we just saw in the third place game play against West Lynn. So the Three Rivers League this year obviously very tough. They have three teams, all three of these teams ranked in the top 10 in the OSA rankings, and both of these teams should be very good. It's a big rivalry game, and we expect a lot of fireworks tonight between two very good teams. Tualatin comes in with a 6-1 record, and we're going to come back with more right after the announcement of the starting lineups.
Tonight is our championship game featuring the Tualatin Timberwolves and the Oregon City Pioneers. It's now time to introduce our team, starting out of the Western States Pod. The designated visiting team, the Tualatin Timberwolves, sponsored by F&W Fence Company. A 6'2" junior, number 1, Jamai Lake. A 6' sophomore, number 2, Pat Villalba Jr. A 6'5" senior, number 5, Nolan Keeney. A 6'7" senior, number 11, Javier Diaz. And a 6'1" senior, number 14, Diogo Alves. Coached by Bubba And now, out of the Oregonian pod, the designated home team, your Oregon City Pioneers, sponsored by F&W Fence Company. He's a 6'1" junior, number 11, Elijah Scott. A 6' senior, number 12, Ben Schneider. A 6'5" senior, number 15, Gillen Payne. A 6'5" sophomore, number 23, Alarion Scott. And a 6'5" sophomore, number 25, Eli Hopkins. Coached by Aaron Newkirk.
Welcome back here at Willamette University in Gordy James Court for this championship game of the 2024 Capital City Classic. Ron Hittner, Bailey Hittner, and our CC Media sports crew. And we were talking just before the announcements, Bailey, both teams with good records coming in. Tualatin's 6-1 record. Their only loss coming to number 1 ranked Marlow. Oregon City opened with a loss at Century, but has won 5 straight since then, including 3 here at the tournament. So 2 very good teams for this game.
Absolutely. This is a good one to watch and get your money's worth for sure.
Just saw a good third place game where the West Lynn Lions finished third, being Northern Nash out of North Carolina. Oregon City wins the opening tip. Tualatin starts out man-to-man defense. Seen a lot of man-to-man defense in this tournament. Pass goes into the corner. Oregon City opening miss, and putback can't go. 2 attempts, 3 attempts, and Tualatin comes out with a rebound. Alva with the pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Far side rebound.
Out of bounds.
Jemai Lake with the rebound, but unable to stay in bounds.
Great hustle by both teams so far.
High intensity game. Clearly both teams are ready to go with this one. A lot of energy. Gillen Payne with the cut to the basket. They look for him off the high post cut. Nothing there. Now they're looking to post up. He's got a little bit of advantage, height advantage on his man. Can't get it to go, but we're going to get a foul. Let's see where they call that on. Foul's going to be on number 1, Jemai Lake.
Number 1, Jemai Lake, his
First foul, and they called that one on the shot, so. Gillen Payne at the line shooting 2. First one goes. Payne puts the Pios on the board. Almost a minute played here in the first quarter. Second free throw, Payne gets the roll. 2-0 Oregon City. A little token pressure from the Pioneers coming up court. And that's going to be an over and back call. Sometimes, Bailey, just enough pressure like that can cause a team to create a turnover.
Absolutely. It's what you always tell me, though. You have to keep selling it, right?
Keep selling it. You may not get the turnover every time, but if you keep the pressure up, sometimes good things are going to happen eventually. We're getting a hold coming off the screen there, I think. Away from the ball. Foul's on number 14, Diogo Alves. First personal, second team foul. And the screener coming off. And bucket goes for Gillen Payne. Caught the team switching there, and then he came off another screen, hits the 3, and Oregon City's up 5-0. Tualatin looking to get on the board. High post to Javier Diaz, kicks it out. Diogo Alves can't get it to go, but Oregon City can't control the rebound. And we're going to get a foul on the rebound. Looks like it's probably going to go against Nolan Keeney. Nope. Foul is actually going to go against number 11, Javier Diaz.
Javier Diaz, his first. 13 foul.
Coach Aaron Newkirk, Oregon City calling high. Just to raise the roof on this one, Bailey. Double staggered screen away. They're looking to go inside. They are really looking to get inside to Gillen Payne with the size advantage that he has. 3 doesn't go, but nice save. Kick over. Schneider gets the friendly roll. Ben Schneider with 3. Good hustle rebound by Alarian Scott to keep that ball alive. And all of a sudden, Oregon City is up 8-0. Last touch by Scott, but good defense by the Pioneers.
Absolutely. They've had good, consistent pressure throughout the game so far.
Elijah Scott really working hard on ball, creating some problems. See if the shooter comes out, double high screen there. Oregon City ready for that one. And Scott knocks it out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession on the baseline, trailing 8-0 with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter of the Capital City Classic Championship game. Ron Hinder, Bailey Hittner, and our CC Media Sports crew bringing you the action. Shot fake, and number 14, Diogo Alves, gets the long 2 to go. Flare screen for Gillen. Does not get it to go. Drive, and we're going to get 2 shots out of that. Oregon City foul. It's going to go on number 23, Valerian Scott.
His first team foul.
Yeah, good solid take in there, and definitely finishing strong. So, even though we didn't hit it here, 2 should go in.
Good attack of the basket, and first free throw goes for Pat Maelva. And Villalba hits the second one, hits both free throws. That's the lead in half. It's 8-4. And we're going to get a hand check on number 14. Diogo Alves picks up his second personal 14 foul, so Oregon City already is going to be in the bonus. Number 4, Carter Lemon enters the game for the Timberwolves, replacing Alves, who has to sit with 2 fouls with just 3 minutes into the game. Elijah Scott gets the high pick and roll pull-up jumper, but it's blocked.
Fantastic hustle.
Nice save by Nolan Keeney. Nice play by number 4, Carter Lemon on the drive. Draws the defense in.
That's going to be number 15.
That's a fantastic kick right there, just kind of seeing where your teammate's going to be already.
Dylan Payne picks up the foul. That's his first personal, second team. Javier Diaz at the line shooting 2. And after giving up an 8-0 lead, the Timberwolves have come back with 5 straight. Diaz can't get the second one to go, and the Pioneers will bring the ball up. Long pass inside to Payne, turnaround jumper, and he gets it to go. Bailey Tualatin's gonna have to figure something out there defensively because they're going right at the height advantage there. My Lake with a good drive, got his own rebound, but called for the travel with all the traffic underneath. Oregon City substitutes. 13 Madden Sendek and 14 Alex Hoff in. Damian Olvera in for the Timberwolves. 4:22 to go here, 10-5 lead for Oregon City. And again, they're continuing to keep a smaller player on Payne. We'll see if Oregon City looks to continue to post him up. Underneath, good defense by the Timberwolves.
It's a tough pass inside.
It was a tough pass. Damian Olvera did a good job getting his hand on the ball. 3 from the corner, can't get it to go. Good block out by Oregon City. Both 25 Eli Hopkins and 14 Alex Hoff with excellent blockouts there. And that is going to put Eli Hopkins at the line, shooting 2 as the Pioneers are in the bonus. 2 team fouls on Oregon City, so they still have a couple to give before the Timberwolves will be in the bonus this quarter. First free throw missed. Second free throw attempt from Hopkins. Gets it to go. Extends the lead up to 6. And Jemai Lake, one of the top players in Oregon, looking to initiate from the top. Soft horn set, gets 2 posts up high, uses the screen. High pick and roll. Good defense by the Pios, cutting off the drive. 5 seconds left. Lake's going to take he's going to have to take a shot here. And shot clock violation. I don't think Lake realized how little time was left until he heard his teammates yelling at him.
It's kind of tough when you're trying to dribble underneath the basket.
Tough shot up and under, couldn't get it to go. A shot clock violation went off before he released it. The Pioneers come back the other way. Under 3 minutes to go. Oregon City continues to look to post up Gillen Payne. And Elijah Scott says, that's fine, I'll take a 3, and he hits it. High pick and roll again. Switch with Oregon City. And good recognition by the Timberwolves of the mismatch. Struggle player down low.
I think they're finally starting to read and kind of take advantage of that, high out ball pressure. You kind of leave your inside vulnerable here. That's a great pass inside, good initiation, and then, obviously Nolan with a great shot there.
Coach Newkirk going to give Gillen Payne a break with 2:33 to go. Chance at the three-point play, and Keeney gets it to go. And the Pioneers bring the ball back up, clinging to a 6-point lead. Under 2.5 minutes to go. A lot of motion with Oregon City's offense. Screens away from the ball. Scott, another three, can't get this one to go. Oregon City might have gotten away with a little push underneath, but Tualatin comes away with the rebound. And
they said, I'll push right back.
Good, that's right. Good rebound by Alarian Scott, very powerful rebound. Gives the ball up to Elijah Scott. Gets a flare screen. They don't look for him there. And we're going to get a foul. And we're going to get a foul, I believe, on Jemai Lake. It's a big foul call. It's his second. They may have to take him out here, or at least for the last 1:49.
Let's check it out real quick. Yeah, definitely some contact on the arm there. That's a tough one. Looks like Jemai's not too happy with that call either.
Eli Hopkins at the line shooting 2. Strong drive to the bucket. Hits the first one, pushes the lead back up to 7 with 1:49 to go here in the first quarter. Second one can't go. Good block out by Carter Lemon. And Coach Bubba Lemon leaves Jemai Lake in the game with his 2 fouls. You have to be careful here last minute or so.
What do they say? High risk, high reward?
High risk, high reward. That's right. Nolan Keeney with the 3. He's had a good start to his game. Oregon City really runs a lot of flare screens for their shooters. Over a minute to go in the first quarter.
I'm loving the ball movement Oregon City has so far. Not taking the first open shot, waiting for things to create.
They really do. Good drive, but even better follow by number 23, Alarian Scott, with the putback. Good recognition by Oregon City on the drive. Their pass was going to the middle, got a hand on it, but the Timberwolves retain possession. Tough pull-up jumper. Pat Bialva with a tough pull-up jumper. 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Scott, they're looking inside. Three is blocked. And Alex Hoff tried to go inside. A little bit too much traffic in there, and the Timberwolves will be able to play for the last possession here. And 2 hands, automatic foul there, called by official Scott Cantonwine.
Eli Hopkins, his first 14th foul.
Fouls on Hopkins.
LJ Bachelor checks in. Along with number 13, Matt Snetek.
8 seconds to go. Lake's got to be careful not to get a player control foul. It was close, but he's going to get 2 shots out of it.
Number
23, Alarian Scott, that's his second foul.
Dude, Jemai just had a step on him right there. Yeah, a lot of contact there. Definitely deserves to go to the line for these 2.
As a coach with a talented offensive player like that, Bailey, I was always worried about leaving him in the game, maybe not because he'll make a defensive foul, but because they'll try to make a late play.
Absolutely.
And get an offensive foul.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the line, it's the second one. That's the lead to 3, 3 seconds to go. 1.8 seconds left. We'll see what Oregon City does here, if they try to run something to get a quick shot up or just inbounds the ball. think they'll see what they have available. I think unless you get a wide open player down close to the basket, just get the ball in and take a dribble and fire one.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Almost got something out of that. Doesn't go, but at the end of the first quarter, excellent game we have here. Oregon City 17, Tualatin 14, and Bailey, as we expected, a lot of energy, a lot of defense. Like you said, Oregon City, really running some good offense there, but Tualatin's hanging in there.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the big difference here, in the very beginning was just the defensive, really. Oregon City came out strong with good pressure, and Tualatin just, didn't seem to line up inside. So I think there were some adjustments made, and a lot of good things happening now.
Let's take a look at some first quarter highlights. See there, Gillen Payne hitting early for the Pioneers.
That's what I was talking about earlier, too. Schneider with good ball movement there for a good open shot.
Tough long two for the Timberwolves. And they've continued to go inside to Payne when they've had that height advantage.
You can even see Payne in that one getting ready to score up for a rebound, too. He's good inside for his size. I think we'll see a lot more from Nolan this quarter as well.
He had a good first quarter there. Tough pull-up jumper. Pat Bialva Jr. And again, our score at the end of the first quarter here at the championship game of the Capital City Classic, where Oregon City leads their Three Rivers League rival Tualatin 17-14. Ron Hittner, Bailey Hittner, and our CC Media Sports crew, thanks for joining us here on Capital Community Media for this great holiday tournament. Possession arrow favors the Timberwolves, so they start with the ball second quarter. Double high screen option. They go inside to Keeney. Powers in. Well diagrammed play right out of the gate. And Payne, who got a little break in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter, back in the game, and again guarded by the smaller player. We'll see if they continue to look to try to post him up. Three doesn't go for Ben Schneider. He hit one earlier. Keeney with the drive. Nice pass inside. And number
we were camping
11,
in the lane there
Javier.
a little bit.
Yes, Javier Diaz with the bucket. A nice pass from Keeney. And Alarian Scott with his 2 fouls is going to check back in the game for the Pioneers. Payne misses badly.
I think it was the AC.
It is strong in here.
Yeah.
Foul's going to be on the ground. We'll see who they call this one on. Oregon City foul. Number 10, LJ Batchelor, his first. And Elijah Scott and Alarian Scott back in for the Pios. And again, the team fouls reset each quarter, so that's the first team foul on the Pioneers. 3 or 2, it's a long 2. Foot was on the line, long 2.
Pat's got a lethal long 2. That's 2 times
Pat Bielma. Steal by Jemai Leg, but partially blocked by Payne coming the other way. Scramble for the ball. Payne comes out with it. And nice finish by 23, Alarian Scott, who had just come back in the game. It counts, and the foul is on number 11, Javier Diaz.
Javier Diaz is second, first team foul. Alarian Scott to the line to shoot one.
A fantastic kick, seeing your teammate right there, and good strong finish there. Obviously, you can see contact on the hand, even the arm.
Scott finishes the old-fashioned three-point play, and we have a 20-20 game. So we're 6 minutes to go in the second quarter here. This championship game of the Capital City Classic for 2024. Oregon City switches to a zone. We haven't seen much zone in our games tonight. They switched to a 2-3 zone. Tualatin adjusts.
Almost helped him knock that in.
And nice roll and rebound. Pat Bialva Jr. having a nice game so far with the putback. And gives the Timberwolves the lead again, back up by 2. Tualatin to stay with their man-to-man. Nice back cut. Left hand can't go. Good job by Keeney not fouling there. Excellent lead pass.
That was so fast.
Villalba Jr. couldn't finish it, and the Pios come the other way, and they can't finish their. And we come back the other way. Keeney coming down. Villalba Jr. He is going to get it to go. Nice pass by Keeney.
Good strong finish by Pat here. That's a tough one right underneath the basket,
Very tough foul, yeah. Ben Schneider picked up the foul for Oregon City, his first personal, second team foul. Villalba with a nice finish off the pass from Keeney. Looking to extend the Timberwolves lead from 4 to 5 if he can. He does. 25-20 to go here in the second quarter. Oregon City, which essentially led all of the first quarter, has trailed most of the second quarter here after a quick start by Tualatin.
It's a good ball game.
Scott can't get the 3 to go. Rebound jostled around. Keeney comes up with it, kicks it out to Jemai Lake. Lake regains control. And Oregon City switch back to their man-to-man. Looking to go inside Keeney with a little bit of a height advantage there. Pass over his head.
It's a tough one. That's when court vision comes into play, obviously. You know, you can tell who you want to pass it to.
Right. Oregon City was in pretty good defensive position there, and that probably wasn't the best pass to make at that time.
Absolutely.
Backdoor cut, not there. Scott cuts through. And we're going to get a foul there. If that's on Lake, that's going to be his 3rd.
Foul number 1, Jemai Lake, his 3rd.
Tough foul.
3rd personal, and he's going to have to come out. Carter Lemon comes back in. And tough pass thrown at the ankles there. Left hand, tough finish.
Great finish.
Damian Olvera with a tough finish with the left hand. Coach Bubba Lemon getting a timeout.
Do you think he wanted one?
Or Oregon City, excuse me, Oregon City. I think he's going to get a timeout there. 30-second timeout taken by Oregon City.
Going to check out this last bucket here. It's a fantastic take with the left hand. Almost looked natural. It was so nice. Tough with all that pressure on you as well.
With a nice crossover in traffic. Exactly, Bailey, and a good finish. And Tualatin is definitely on a roll here after trailing 17-14. They have outscored Oregon City 13-6 here in the first 4 minutes of the second quarter.
Fun game to watch. This is exactly kind of what I think we were expecting, is a little back and forth throughout the whole game.
Absolutely. Ron Hittner, Bailey Hittner, and our CC Media sports crew here at the championship game of the 2024 Capital City Classic. Three Rivers League rivals, Oregon City taking on Tualatin. Both teams ranked in the top 10 in the 6A OSA rankings. Struggle to get the ball in. Good pressure by Tualatin. Going to try to get the ball into Alarian Scott. We'll get a foul there.
They'll take those every once in a while. Good hustle.
Absolutely.
Hustle fouls.
Damian Olvera second. And the Timberwolves all of a sudden are in some foul trouble here, Bailey. They have 4 players with 2 or more fouls. Jemai Lake's on the bench with 3.
Put me in, coach.
Ready to go. You can defend him. Dylan Payne with the fade 3. Pretty good defense there by Pat Villalba Jr. Made it a tough shot. It doesn't go, and the Timberwolves come the other way. Nice recognition by Villalba Jr. on that one. I don't know that Keeney was expecting that to come until it was in the air, and then all of a sudden he realized, hey, I actually do have position here.
It's almost like they like this little reverse shot here. That's a perfect log to him. Good realization of just court awareness, and yeah, great finish by Keeney.
This is the free throw, but the bucket puts them up by 9. Payne to Scott. Scott goes to Valerian Scott inside, and he finishes. Elijah Scott to Valerian Scott. Nice move for 2. Sorely needed bucket for Oregon City. And Villalba continues his torrid play with another 2-point drive. Lob goes inside. Valerian Scott again can't get that one though. Damien Olvera with the rebound. Villalba. And nice play. Carter Lemon with the fake and finish with the left hand. And the Timberwolves are owning this second quarter, Bailey.
Absolutely.
Lob again, weak side help comes, and we're going to get the foul from Carter Lemon.
Inside seems like the game for both teams right now. They're really trying to focus inside.
LJ Batchelor comes back in for Ben Schneider, give him a blow. Ohio start with a box set, screening up. Trying to post up, and Keeney comes away with it.
Ooh.
Good finish, retained control.
Yeah, great control.
And went up strong right at Scott, and Coach Aaron Newkirk's going to have to take a full timeout. Things are not going well for the Piles right now, as the Timberwolves are on an 18-8 run right now here in the second quarter with 2:34 to go, up 35-22. Ron Hittner, Bailey Hittner, and our CC Media sports crew with this championship game.
Not really sure who that pass was to there, but great read by Keeney and good control here to get that finish.
Good use of his body on there, and Scott just did not want to foul.
Absolutely. Knowing you have a lot of power, so you can just kind of lay it up there nicely.
Absolutely. Again, these teams come in with sparkling records. Oregon City 5-1 so far, but their only loss of the season coming a century to open the season. They're ranked number 9 in OSAA, where Tualatin is 6-1 with their only loss coming to number 1 Barlow. They're currently ranked number 3 in OSAA, and Jemai Lake, who is on the bench for Tualatin right now, ironically during this big run at the end here, he has 3 fouls, is one of the top players in the state, but Tualatin is certainly showing they are more than just one player.
It's nice to see a team that doesn't have to rely on one person. While he is obviously one of the best players in the state, they have a lot of others that shine as well.
Let's see what Oregon City comes out with. They've been having trouble mainly on the defensive end getting stops, but even offensively they haven't been flowing quite as well as they did in the first quarter. Had a couple of nice plays inside. They're going to see what Gillen Payne can do with the ball in his hands, guarded by Villalba.
Do what you did in the first quarter. It's that simple, right?
And the steal, Keeney. Payne's coming back.
Yeah, Keeney's got some wheels on him.
Keeney finishes, puts them up by 15. And the Pioneers, again, struggling offensively, just not flowing as well as they were in the first quarter. Payne, it's a tough shot, can't get it to go, but Scott with a nice rebound and put back. Valerian Scott, big rebound, badly needed bucket for Oregon City.
This right here, good read inside. Tough shot. Just coming up, not fully squared up, but then Scott gets that good rebound inside with 2 people on him. Still able to get that shot up.
Trying to get the 3-point play, hits the shot. And they're calling that one off as the Oregon City player stepped over the line, lost his balance. Again, Tualatin has some potential foul trouble going on. Got to keep an eye on Jemai Lake on the bench with 3. 4 other players have 2. So those players really want to avoid that 3rd foul here in these last 2 minutes. Some pressure from Oregon City. Tualatin handles it well. Fake 3.
a tough shot with the hand right in your face.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of those where you fake and stay in the same place and just shoot it with the guy jumping at you. But he hits it. Bucket by Diogo Alves. We're going to get a foul. Who's this one going to go on? It's going to go on number 11, Javier Diaz. That's going to be his third. He's replaced by Damian Olvera, who has 2 as well.
Tough as a coach, but also probably fun to strategize at this point with how much foul trouble you're in.
Absolutely. Got to figure out how you're going to rotate here and keep guys safe. Larian Scott shooting 2, hits the first one.
Checks back in for the Timberwolves.
One of the things you consider up 15, I mean, you don't want to, give up a bunch here in the last minute and a half, but you might consider taking 1 or 2 guys out. But again, if you don't trust your bench, you're not going to do that. The Alva's been hot, but he misses that one. Payne is looking for Scott to step to the ball. It's a little bit of miscommunication on that one. Right idea.
It's important when you're down with like this to keep a level head, know that these runs happen and you can get back in the second half.
Absolutely. Again, the staggered high pick there. Walton gets in 14, hits another one.
Laser.
Diogo Alves hits his second 3 of the last couple of minutes. Extends the Timberwolves lead up to 18. They have outscored Oregon City by 21 this quarter, Bailey. Payne, tough shot, can't get it to go. Got fouled on the drive. And that might be the 3rd foul. Nope, if that goes on Villalba. He's the only one that's not in foul trouble. It's his first personal. But it will put Payne at the line.
Good read coming around that too. Noticing the pressure still going up with that shot. Obviously just didn't quite go in.
Dylan Payne, who had a big first quarter, has really been silent here in the second quarter, but most of the Pios have. Can't get the first one to drop.
Free throws are big.
Free throws are big. They need every point they can get right now. Is a tough time they're having scoring.
There you go, lids off the basket.
That's their 9th point of the quarter. Payne with the single point, 17-point lead. Villalba looking to operate off the screen. Attacks the middle. That might not have been the best foul.
Foul is going to be on number 23, Alarion Scott, his 3rd.
Foul's on 23, Alarion Scott, his 3rd foul. They're going to have to get him out.
Yeah, Pat really taking this shot. You can't really tell from that angle, but it was kind of far out. He didn't really have anywhere to go, so kind of would have let him go up with that on his own.
That was going to be a tough shot to hit, yeah. Hits the first one, takes advantage of it, and Larian Scott with his 3 fouls going to have to sit the last 30 seconds of the first half. Number 12, Ben Schneider, back in the game. Gives him a 3-point shooter out there. Shot clock, of course, is off with under 30 seconds to go, but Tualatin gets the rebound.
He's really showing himself this quarter.
Absolutely, he really has played well. Coach Bubba Lemon asking for the last shot. Smart. You want to make sure you're going in at least up 18. If you can be up more, awesome. See if we get a high pick and roll here. It comes from Keeney. On baseline shot doesn't go.
I think he just likes it
with the
over
rebound.
there.
Can't get it to go. Tip. Oh, good effort by Olvera, but he can't get it to go. But Tualatin Timberwolves own the second quarter, and at halftime, the score is Tualatin 44, Oregon City 26. And Bailey, it was just, this game has been a tale of 2 quarters. First quarter pretty competitive, Oregon City slightly better, and the second quarter was owned by the Timberwolves.
Absolutely, the back and forth is kind of what you love to see, so I'm excited to see what they'll come out with, X's and O's wise at least for this next half.
We'll see what Coach Aaron Newkirk has up his sleeve for the Oregon City Pioneers. Again, our score at halftime, Tualatin 44, Oregon City 26. Thanks for joining us here on Capital Community Media. Ron Henner, Bailey Hittner with our CC Media Sports crew. We'll be back with some highlights after this. Welcome back to Willamette University and Gordy James Court for the championship game of the 2024 Capital City Classic, where at halftime our score is Tualatin 44, Oregon City 26. Bailey, let's take a look at some first half highlights.
Let's do it.
Nolan Keeney with a big bucket there.
Good pass inside, as you can see. Good finish by Diaz there.
And Villalba with a big first half.
Good find inside like we were talking about earlier. Good solid finish by Scott.
Again, another finish by Villalba, and he was one of the leading scorers in the first half.
Keeney with the strong pass there. Way to find your teammate. It was that tough shot right there by Pat.
And just a nice finish by Olvera going coast to coast.
Great finish by Scott in there, just kind of wheeling around.
Villalba again, high off the glass.
Keeney, good control like we were talking about earlier. Strong finish.
Seen a lot of Keeney and Villalba highlights, but that one,
right.
Nice play by Carter Lemon.
He's got great control of the second half so far. It's been fun to watch him.
And the three in the corner by Diogo Alves.
Kick to the corner, noticing who's open, and Alves with that finish.
And obviously we had a lot more Tualatin highlights and Oregon City highlights, Bailey, but that is really epitomized how that game went, especially in the second quarter. Absolutely. It was all Tualatin.
Yeah, anyone's game still, but they definitely took over that second quarter. It's going to be interesting to see how Oregon City decides to come out.
Your coach, Aaron Newkirk, talking at halftime. What are you trying to emphasize?
What are we doing?
There would be some of that when you walk in first, yeah.
Well, I think that they had a lot of success early, trying to jam it inside, looking at that height advantage, probably trying to take more advantage of that and, picking it up on defense like they had in the first quarter.
Leading scores in the first half for Tualatin, Pat Villalba Jr. and Nolan Keeney, each with 14 for Oregon City. Valerian Scott had 10. Gillen Payne had 8 after scoring 6 in the first quarter. He was held to 2 in the second quarter. Oregon City starts with the ball in the second half. Trailing 18. Dribble handoff on top. Elijah Scott looks to attack, goes right to the bucket. Clearly a set play for them for let him go and attack.
Tough shot by Scott, almost behind the backboard there.
Jemiah Lake, who sat about half of that second quarter with 3 fouls, back on the court for the Timberwolves. Oregon City goes back to their 2-3 zone, which they played for a couple times.
So they're trying to get some action on the right side here, but haven't been hitting it over there, so maybe not.
Alves misses a 3. He had a couple of 3s in the first half.
Great take.
Good finish by Hopkins. And ball taken away. And sometimes we talk about those first 4 minutes of the second half being the most important part of the game.
Absolutely, kind of sets the tone.
Scott can't get that one to go. Pioneers have started the third quarter. Little 4-0 run. Nice
Great
baseline
find.
pass. Good block though. And Diaz couldn't get it to go. Elijah Scott. Gillen Payne with the baseline cut. Looking for the reverse. Can't get it to go. Great rebound. Scott for 3. Can't get it to go. Alarian Scott inside. Gets it to go and gets fouled.
They deserve that.
Tualatin foul is going to be on.
Good board. We'll get a replay of that. Doesn't quite go, but good board by Scott. Gathering himself before going up and finishing. This is where every possession kind of counts at this point. Little things like that. Getting every board. That'll turn around the game.
Fouls on Nolan Keeney. That's his first foul. He and Pat Villalba are really the only Timberwolves who have less than 2 fouls.
Was his hand wrapped earlier?
I don't remember that it was. I don't think it was. Good observation.
Or poor.
No, I don't think it was. And we're going to stay here.
Is it a foul on Keeney? Oh,
Yeah, I think foul's going to go on 25, Eli Hopkins, his second personal. Foul Keeney on the rebound.
His second.
Double high stack. See if there's a split coming to the basket. Jemiah Lake looking to come off the screen and
wheel.
good pull-up jumper for Jemiah Lake. He is a talented offensive player.
Sometimes those short jumpers are the hardest ones.
They are tough. Gets the first points for Tualatin in this second half, stopping a 6-0 run by Oregon City to start the half. Good cut by Schneider in front of Lake, but they didn't hit him on the way. High pick and roll. We're going to get a screen away from the ball on Alarian Scott, and that is going to be his fourth foul. It's a big foul.
That's tough this early in the game.
He has been big for them on the boards. That's a big loss for them.
And then checks back in for the Pioneers.
They don't really have a player like him coming off the bench to give them the same kind of length and athleticism, so we'll see what they do here. They come out in the zone again, which has been effective so far in the third quarter for them. Matt Villalba, who had a big first half. Keeney.
Back and forth with the jump passes.
Diogo was not able to get that one to go. Elijah Scott powers his way in for two. And the Pioneers are powering their way back into this game. High pick from Keeney. Villalba loses control momentarily, and the Pios come out 3-on-2.
This is going to be big.
I don't think, okay, I didn't hear a whistle.
Did you? Okay.
Foul's going to be on number 1, Jemiah Lake.
I guess there was one.
That's a big foul there. Jemiah Lake.
It's a good kick up there. That looked pretty clean to me. I think we might have missed that one, but big points on the board for Oregon City if they go.
Absolutely, they'll have to pull Lake out. Again, good hustle by Oregon City down on this end to get the ball out to Elijah Scott, and kudos to him for attacking the basket. And
absolutely, it's tough being Jemiah just in the foul trouble that you are. You almost don't even want to be near, someone to have that call made, even if you don't touch them.
And that's the thing, right, Bailey? I mean, it's a spectacular block if you get it and it's clean, but if not, you got big trouble.
And you'll still be up.
Right. We'd rather give up the 2 at this point than have you on the bench with 4 fouls. Yeah. Scott with the free throw gets a second one here. Again, Lake goes to the bench. Probably will have to sit most of the third quarter, if not all the third quarter.
It's been interesting for Tualatin, this game since he's been out for so much to see how they play without him.
They played really well those last 4 minutes.
Absolutely.
So of that second quarter.
Maybe this is the bread and butter this game.
Going inside. Good ball fake. And the 3 goes for number 4, Carter Lemon, who just came into the game. He's given them good minutes off the bench.
Absolutely.
Giving Lake a breather. Shot doesn't go for Scott, and Keeney's coming back one-on-one attacking Scott.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Foul's number 11, Elijah Scott.
Number 11, Elijah Scott.
13 foul.
See Keeney just take it all the way to the hoop. A little bit of power there. Looks like Coach Newkirk isn't too happy with that call either.
Yeah, he's asking for the travel. I didn't see a travel on that one. I thought that
just
was
looked a little awkward.
It was very awkward because of how far he was taking off.
Yeah.
And I think he realized it himself.
Look,
Like,
he's not LeBron.
Uh-oh. Can't get the first one to go. Keeney, who tied with Pat Villalba Jr. 4-scoring lead in the first half with 14 points. Looks to add to that here. And looks to add to the Timberwolves lead, pushes it back up to 14 at 50-36. 3:40 to go here in the third quarter of the Capital City Classic Championship game for 2024. Three Rivers League rivals, Oregon City and Tualatin, playing a very aggressive physical game. Great drive by Scott on the baseline.
Absolutely, catch him on your toes.
Help came too late there to do anything. And the Pios continue with their 2-3 zone. Tualatin inside, nice pass. Not able to get to go. But Javier Diaz will go to the line and shoot 2. Fouls on number 13, Madden Sendek.
Check out this highlight right here. Keeney, good look to see that your teammates open, and way to get that shot off. That's tough with 2 people on you.
Coach asking for 3-second call on Tualatin. He didn't get that, and Javier Diaz hits both free throws. Push the lead back up to 14, 52-38. Just under 3 minutes to go in this championship game in the third quarter. Dylan Payne gets the roll to go.
Good touch. You know, Payne and Scott have been great facilitators, I think, for Oregon City so far. Not only that, but able to get their points up themselves.
60-second timeout taken by Oregon City coach Aaron Newkirk.
Oregon City, 40.
Yeah, it's a great shot by Payne, even with pressure on him. Just nice touch on the shot to get it to fall.
Bailey, I think he's one of their more talented offensive players. Clearly, we saw that early in the game when they were running him off of screens, posting him up, and they seem to have a lot more activity then. And I think he's one of those guys that, he doesn't need to have the ball in his hand all the time, but he runs off screens really well.
Absolutely.
So try to look to get him off of some of those screens, and he creates some mismatches and is able to hit tough shots like that.
It's nice when you have a player that can kind of play all positions.
He can.
Threat.
You can tell he can shoot outside. He's great at posting up. He's hitting a mid-range shot there. If you're Tualatin here, you have a 12-point lead, so you've given back a little bit that lead you had at halftime, but what do you talk about here in the timeout?
Honestly, you still got the lead. Just smart shots, not throwing anything up too early, locking it down on defense, just basic things, just play good basketball.
Interesting substitution here. Jemiah Lake comes back into the game. 2:39 to go and 4 fouls.
He hit his hands up. He's like, I'm not going to foul.
His assistant coaches are telling him,
I'm not going to do it.
Do not foul. Do not foul. They have him playing off the ball right now in this offense. We'll see if they switch up. Tualatin switching up their offense a little bit here. They were going a kind of a traditional 1-3-1 set. They modified that a little bit. Keeney can't get it to go. Lake smartly brings it out.
Fantastic.
Great play.
Good decision making overall in that entire sequence.
It really was. It's exactly right, Bailey. That was a really good sequence for the Timberwolves. Keeney with the finish. Points go to him, but that was a team possession.
Absolutely.
Flare screen for Schneider, doesn't look for it. Scott thinks about it.
I keep falling for it too.
Coach Bubba Lemon is making him aware of Payne there at the high post. So 4 seconds, they better attack and get bailed out with a foul on the drive. Fouls on number 2. Alba Jr., that's his second personal.
Wasn't expecting Payne to go short quarter there. I thought maybe a cut to the basket right in front of the defense.
New shot clock with the foul, of course. Minute 30 to go. Oregon City looking to reset. Steal by Lake. Hits the bucket after the steal. Jemiah Lake pushes the lead back up to 16. Big bucket. Payne can't get it to go.
It's a quick release.
The Alva Jr. with the rebound goes down. Pass inside. Nice pass by number 10, Damian Oliveira to Keeney, but they come back quickly the other way. Oregon City can't get it to go. Good attack on went in by the Timberwolves, but good job by Oregon City pushing back the other way.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of body contact there. Just didn't quite knock the shot in.
Third personal on Damian Oliveira for the Timberwolves. And shot goes for Eli Hopkins, 6'5" sophomore. Oregon City has a lot to look forward to in the coming years. Only 2 seniors really play for them. Payne being one of them, that'll certainly be a big loss. Schneider being the other, but everyone else are underclassmen. 16-point lead for the Timberwolves. Nice pass inside.
Ooh.
Blocked by Payne.
Good handling pressure.
Payne can't get it to go. Good rebound. Schneider skies, Payne finishes. Nice play by Schneider check that Madden Sendek to get that rebound. Shot clock is off. Tualatin will go for the final shot here, up 16. A little 2-3 pressure out on the perimeter. Jemiah Lake thinks about it, doesn't shoot it, smart. Now they'll look to initiate. Now they really need to look to go here. Open shot, it was a good shot they got out of that from Damian Oliveira.
No.
And not a repeat of the West Salem shot we saw in our 4th place game today that went. But at the end of 3 quarters, Tualatin leads Oregon City 58-44. Ron Hittner, Bailey Hittner, and our CC Media Sports crew here. The championship game of the 2024 Capital City Classic. Let's take a look at some 3rd quarter highlights, Bailey.
Following this championship game, we'll have the trophy presentation.
It's a great ball fake by Scott. It looks like he likes it over there too, like almost behind the backboard there.
He had some big buckets early, and of course there a nice drive by Hopkins.
Another tough take, but Scott action right there.
After Oregon City started piling up some points, Tualatin came back with a nice bucket there.
Scott again, right over the defense.
Carter Lemon with a nice fake. Defender flies by, hits the 3.
He's had a few of those good key points today.
He has.
And Scott with a nice another touch.
There's that mid-range game of Gillen Payne in action there. Nice pass coming off the screen.
Jemiah really showing his speed there.
And again, nice pass from Oliveira down to Keeney to finish with 2.
Good guy. I think both teams so far have done a great job of noticing each other's open players, reading the court well.
Much better executed quarter, I thought, by both teams. That quarter, Oregon City certainly stepped up their game, and Tualatin still played at a high level.
Anyone ball game right now. This is going to be a fun quarter to watch.
Oregon City stays in their 2-3 zone, which they've had for about half the game now. Started in man-to-man, but played zone most of the second half. Again, Jemiah Lake of Tualatin out there playing with 4 fouls. Number 1 for the Timberwolves hits a mid-range jumper. Tough shot. Pushes the lead to 16. Elijah Scott with a nice drive. Blocked from behind by Keeney. Ball kicked by Oregon City, and Lake out-hustles everybody.
Be careful,
but Payne comes back. We're going to get a foul. That's actually not a bad foul by Keeney because that might have been 2.
Foul's going to be number 5. Nolan Keeney, his second team foul.
Second personal on Keeney. First team foul of the 4th quarter on the Timberwolves.
When Jemiah went on the ground there, I thought we might get another foul.
Yes, right. And it looks like the Timberwolves may have gone to a little zone here. Or they might be showing zone and going, no, it looks like they are in a zone.
Oregon City looks like they don't really know how to react. Maybe that was a good choice.
Having trouble adjusting. Yep, definitely took some time to get to it, and Payne got a good look outside, but they were definitely discombobulated. That usually is called a foul on a trip there. Inadvertent, unless he thought that Keeney tripped himself possibly. We didn't have really a good look on that. Oregon City trailing by 16 with just under 7 minutes to go here in the championship game of the Capital City Classic. And boy, right idea, but pass too high.
Unfortunately, he was not 7'5".
See Eli Hopkins. Could not bring that one down, and the ball goes over to the Timberwolves, and the Pioneers come back in their 2-3 zone. Eventually, they may have to get out of that if the score stays the same. They have to start applying more pressure. Keeney, great rebound and put back.
Fantastic board there. Good putback.
He is just a hard-working kid.
Absolutely.
That's going to be on Lake.
Don't be near him.
Well, that's the thing, Bailey, and he had pretty good position, but then he kind of turned sideways and fell back, and you're never going to get the call. Yep.
Oh, I see a T coming in our future. No, not quite. Looking at this replay right here, yeah. Definitely somebody. You can see that he's turning. Okay, it's happening.
Now, what's going to be interesting here, Bailey, is they shot the free throw, but I think they were supposed to sub first. So I don't know if they blew the whistle to stop the...
They did hold him off.
So if they don't count that free throw and they still get 2, we'll see. But regardless, Jemai Lake is out of the game with his 5th foul. And Coach Bubba Lemon has really got to be careful here. That's something they don't need right now is a technical.
I really thought he was going to get one.
Well, official Scott Cantwine did a really good job of handling himself there and you know, talking to him and saying, hey, not going to let it happen. 62-44 with 6:19 to go here in the championship game of the 2024 Capital City Classic. Tualatin with an 18-point lead over Oregon City, and really since the first quarter, it's been Tualatin's game. All right, we've got a timeout here, and you're Oregon City. You're down 18. Do you change anything? Do you do anything to?
I mean, I still just don't quite understand why we switched to zone. Maybe that's just something I'm not fully catching. But in my opinion, I think they had a lot of success in the first quarter. Let's maybe go back to what we were doing originally. We had some success there and just try to run up the points as much as possible. Any fast break you can get, anything like that, take those chances. Now's the time.
You know, and the shot clock certainly, you know, prevents teams from stalling for a minute, you know, but you can still use 30 seconds of that shot clock of the 35
exactly
to run around, and it's much easier to do that if the team's playing back in their zone. Oregon City's, you know, they're extending out a little bit, but it's not really a pressure zone.
I think you need ball pressure. I think even, you know, offside, you might cheat over a little bit more, be on your player even more than you might want to be.
Yeah.
Just to not let any passes go off.
And I think, you know, if you're Tualatin and they stay in that zone, you move the ball around the perimeter and wait for a breakdown in the middle.
Exactly.
You don't have to rush things.
We'll have some success.
First shot goes for Oregon City. That's Eli Hopkins at the line, and they did give him that free throw back. Hits both of them. 16-point lead for the Timberwolves, and the Pioneers stay back in that 2-3 zone. Again, if you're Tualatin, you do not need to force this thing. You got to keep moving, don't just stand around.
Exactly what I was going to say is Diaz down there camping. Eventually he'll find an open shot
and
like that.
You got it. Javier Diaz, tough shot over some defenders. Tualatin is staying in their zone, which on their end can make some sense. They're just trying to keep the ball out of Gillen Payne's hands and try to keep Scott from burning them in the middle. Elijah Scott, however, makes them pay on the perimeter, and that's one of the weaknesses of the zone.
They need some good ball pressure here.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not.
A little bit more ball pressure here.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're smart. Tualatin is being very smart right now.
What are we?
They'll use up 20 seconds before they start going. Now they'll start to initiate, but they've run 20 seconds off the clock that, pressure might force them to do something different. And it ends with a bucket by Pat Villalba Jr.
Great shot.
Excellent clock management by the Timberwolves on that one. And
Absolutely.
Oregon City looks to Payne. Nice pass to Scott. Loses it. Off of Scott.
Now I understand how people have the zone, first pass, then you go ball pressure. But in this scenario, I think you just have to do ball pressure immediately.
Yeah.
If you're going to go the zone route.
And it's getting close to that point with a 17-point lead where you're going to have to pick, and they have gone.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to have to switch over here pretty quickly. So Oregon City back to man-to-man, which they needed to. Try to create some turnovers or force quick shots. Pat Villalba Jr. has had quite a game.
That hurts.
Gillen Payne can't hit the three, and they really need him to be hitting shots here. But Scott with a nice rebound, can't get the putback to go.
Use that glass, bud.
Battle and Payne with the putback. Good effort by Scott and Payne on the boards to give two for Oregon City. Halfway through the fourth quarter of this championship game, Tualatin up by 18. Again, Ron Henner, Bailey Hittner, and our CC Media Sports crew bringing all the action of this championship game of the Capital City Classic. As Pat Villalba Jr. says, yep, coach, just feed me, coach. I'm going to keep shooting these things.
While I'm here.
I might as well. Scott with the fake, out. Schneider, who's been pretty quiet since hitting a couple of threes in the first quarter. And Payne jogging back up court. The Pioneers have lost a little bit of their energy right now. Villalba Jr. makes him pay by attacking the basket, which is smart.
I like what Payne's doing here, though, calling his team in real quick, saying, let's talk about it. We're going to check this highlight out real quick. Great take to the basket. Obviously, there's a little contact there. Let's see if he hits these two in. These are going to be big buckets right here to lead it past 20. It's kind of a shutout at that point.
Tough one mentally when you see that score, yep. Valerian Scott for Oregon City picked up his fifth foul. He's out of the game. That's a tough loss for them on the boards, especially. They lose their really one strong inside presence other than Payne. Villalba Jr. misses the first one, second one, gets it to go. Pushes the lead back up to 21, 72-51. LJ Batchelor with the ball in the wing, open, doesn't look to shoot.
Their ball movement's making me think like they're winning.
Yes, they are. They're passing up some open shots that they kind of need to be taken at this point. Good call by the officials on that one. Off of Tualatin, we're going to get a timeout taken by Tualatin. 60-second timeout taken by Tualatin. Our score with 3:02 left to go in the fourth quarter of this championship game of the 2024 Capital City Classic. Tualatin has things in hand right now, 72-51 over Oregon City. And Bailey, if you're Tualatin, you got the 21-point lead. What are you emphasizing here in this timeout?
Don't take any dumb shots. Don't take any shots in the first 10 seconds. Move the ball as much as you can. Pull it out as much as you can too. I think they're having, some success outside, even with the pressure themselves, finding open people. So just kind of keeping the ball out as much as possible, taking last-second shots, good shots, and then locking it down on defense.
Absolutely. And I think if the other thing you remind your players as you come out is, as you gave up a little highlight here.
Nice shot right there. He's had a good court presence this entire game so far, obviously helping the lead kind of extend here.
See if Oregon City comes out in some pressure, which they haven't done, which they have not done all game, but they're at that point where they're going to have to. Oregon City with the ball here.
Got to get it up quick, bud.
Nice drive.
Ooh.
And Payne with the flush on the follow. Nice little highlight for Oregon City there. Long pass down Keeney out of bounds, but Bolton will retain possession.
You see these spurts of greatness from, Oregon City, like those plays. I just wish we would have seen more of that consistently throughout the entire game.
Squeeze screen on top. And smart play by Alves not to force that thing. He didn't have a shot. And Oregon City, I think, is, they're pretty content right now to try to pressure, see if they can force something, but they're not going to try to create turnovers necessarily at this point with the lead as it sits.
This ball pressure is making it hard, though, for them to look inside. Exactly what I think they should have been doing.
Should have been doing, exactly. They could have been doing that most of the game. Nice play by Payne, can't get it to finish, though. Heaney with the rebound, just over 2 minutes to go, and probably start seeing some substitutes coming in at the next dead ball with the game in hand for the Timberwolves. Alva says, I want 2 more added. It's my night. 74-53, Timberwolves up by 21. I'd be surprised to see a little timeout here. There we go. And I think that's an opportunity by Scott Cantwell recognizing you guys want to get in the game. That foul has no bearing on the game. Stops the clock. Easy one to call. Coach Bubba Lemon has to recognize that.
I think as Lemon, you realize it's a ticky-tack foul in this situation. You wouldn't even want to, give that opportunity or anything. Let the game keep going.
Surprised Tualatin hasn't put a few more of their bench guys in the game here. But Scott can't get it to go. Oregon City has a couple of players in the game that haven't seen much action. Minute 30 to go. And nice pass by Keeney.
Great finish inside.
Inside to Javier Diaz.
Fouls on number 13, Madden Sendick.
Get a little highlight of this. Keeney with consistent, kind of court vision throughout this whole game, being a facilitator and, hitting his own shots as well, and a great hit inside by Diaz. There we go.
And allows Timberwolves fans to cheer for those that are coming out of the game, recognize them, and also get some players in that haven't seen much action tonight. Diaz says, yeah, I don't want to come out of the game yet. I'm going to miss this free throw. A nice drive by number 12. Daniel Haley, the 4th.
Fantastic gameplay by the off the benchers there.
Yes.
Good board by Fields there to give them another possession.
Absolutely. Neither team is in the bonus yet with a minute 15 to go. Diaz gets a nice hand as he comes out.
How many assistants do they have? Is that 4?
One for every player. No, I think they have 4 or 5 there.
Yeah.
And Oregon City comes up with just under a minute to go. Looking to finish on a high note, maybe get a bucket or 2 down the stretch here. Bring the score a little closer. Nice pass from Elijah Scott. Madden Sendick with the bucket. Tualatin, players that came in the game, they'll get a chance to get a shot up here again with the shot clock. It makes it they can't stall the rest of the way.
Well,
fade away, maybe not the one they were looking for, but he wanted the opportunity. He took it. Elijah Scott going for the dunk, lost the ball on the way up, and the foul coming back the other way. Again, not in the bonus yet.
Sendick is 4th. 14 foul.
And Elijah Casey, 6'1", junior, came in the game about a minute ago, is going to dribble out the clock here. Oregon City with 4 fouls. Hopefully doesn't foul here at the end. steal. Scott, and we're going to get a foul on the drive. Elijah Scott's going to get 2 shots out of this. The foul's going to go on number 15, Trent Dearborn. Gets his name in the official box score.
That's what I was going to say.
Elijah Scott goes to the line, shooting 2. Opportunity to get this lead under 20 if he hits both. 76-56. Again, just not Oregon City's night after that. After a really solid first quarter, just not had a great game after that. Tualatin on the other end played very well. Misses the second one. And the Timberwolves will dribble out the clock. And that's going to finish our championship game here, the 2024 Capital City Classic. The Tualatin Timberwolves are a 2024 champion as they have defeated the Oregon City Pioneers 76-56. Bailey, again, just Timberwolves really own those last 3 quarters.
Absolutely. I mean, we were giving them a hard time here and there, but I think overall every single player that was out on the court today worked really hard, so that was fantastic to see. Some players, tend to slack and all that, but I think everyone played very solid.
Yeah. Let's take a look at a few fourth quarter highlights here before we close.
But out of the Western States Pod, sponsored by F&W Fence Company, the Tualatin.
Blake with that pull-up right there, showing why he's one of the best in the state right now.
And Oregon City with a nice kick out. Elijah Scott with the 3 in the corner.
We'll have a bracket presentation along with the trophy.
Keedy noticing pressure. Good kick out for that corner jumper right there.
And again, a lot of good ball movement by Tualatin. And the 3 goes. Nice pass to the perimeter.
A lot of action inside, and Payne able to, kind of take that pressure.
Just a good overall play from Tualatin across the board. 3s inside.
Hopkins didn't quite go in, but Payne with that great follow towards the end there.
And one of the guys who really had a big game, Pat Villalba Jr. with a nice finish there.
And Keeney, consistently good game kind of throughout the whole entire space, giving Diaz an opportunity there.
Great opportunity for these teams to play each other, Bailey, especially with, they're going to see each other in league multiple times in the Three Rivers League, as well as West Lynn, who was in the semifinals. And boy, what a lot of great basketball we saw in this tournament all week. Culminated by an excellent effort by the Tualatin Timberwolves to win this championship, again, 76-56 over Oregon City. They are the 2024 Capital City Classic champions. Again, for Bailey Hittner and our Capital Community Media crew, this is Ron Hittner. Thanks for joining us here tonight in CC Media and our coverage of the Capital City Classic and this great holiday tournament. Good night, everyone.
As we present the winning bracket and trophy to this year's champions, the Tualatin Timberwolves. Our 2024 Capital City Classic presented by Toyota champions. One more time, let's give it up for our champions, the Tualatin Timberwolves. A big thank you to all of our staff, volunteers, people that made this work, and all of our sponsors. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a part of this year's Capital City Classic. And we cannot do it without our fans. Fans, thank you so much for making the time during a busy holiday season and coming out and watching some amazing basketball right here on the hardwood at Willamette University. The 2024 Capital City Classic presented by Toyota. We look forward to seeing you next year. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and until next time, good night.